people have this misconception that the Jews, and now understand, the Jews are from Judea and Samaria. You understand, the Eretz Israel, and they were scattered in diaspora, right? Europe, Ethiopia,
North
you name
Africa.
it, all over, right? All over.
Eastern Europe,
Right.
Russia.
So when it became an area that was able to be come back, it starts in, the first one I'm looking at is 1882, okay? 1882, the first Aliyah. Wave brought 35,000 Jewish immigrants primarily from Eastern Europe and Yemen. So much for Eastern Europe colonizers. These immigrants were motivated by the rising anti-Semitism in Europe and desire to establish the Jewish homeland. Second Aliyah, 1904 through 1914.
Right. So we go from 1882, right? Not that long ago, 227 years ago, or I'm sorry, 127 years ago, we started emigrating back to Palestine from Eastern Europe and Yemen, where we had a huge presence in Yemen.
Right.
Right. Jews were all involved high in the government in Yemen during that time.
And news for viewers, the Jews from Yemen aren't white. I know a bunch of them. They're my friends.
Yep.
They're darker than the day's long, so the white colonizer myth.
And from Morocco, North Africa,
Yeah,
Tunisia.
I'm half Moroccan. My mother's side does not look white.
No.
So go ahead.
But you're right. So, again, I bring this back to the opening comment where it's like only Jews can't immigrate. Everybody else, immigration is wide open and welcome. But when it comes to the Jews, if they were to immigrate, oh my God, the penalty is death or expulsion.
Right.
So you're right. So it starts in mass back in 1982. You have, or 1882, 35,000 Jews from Eastern Europe and Yemen.
Right.
Okay.
But the myth is 1947, the Jews just showed up, all of them, on
and
a boat.
kicked everybody out of their
all
houses,
out.
and that was it. But that's not what happened. So you have what we call Aliyah. What is Aliyah? Aliyah is a Hebrew.
Aliyah means
to immigrate.
Yeah.
It's just simple. It means to immigrate. And we have what we call Aliyahs, and we have, how many Aliyahs do we have? 6, 7, 8 Aliyahs. And in our notes here together, we have, like you said, the second Aliyah from 1904 to 1914. So for a 10-year period, 40,000 Jews made Aliyah from Russia, Poland, and literally developed that land, right? Most of it was swampland.
Swampland, that's another thing.
Government-owned land, non-productive land, not land that was inhabited by any significant population.
Right.
And, they were farmers. They went there, and agriculture was the industry. And then the third Aliyah, 1919 to 1923, after World War I, obviously when everything was being restructured and reconfigured, you had the Jews that came from Eastern Europe. Same thing, farmers.